Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Woodland. This is the third session of Rootless, a game of might, right, and arson. My name's Colin Ott. I will be your Woodland Whisperer, aka the GM for the evening. Let's meet our Voracious Vagabonds. Duncan?
Hello, I'm Kyle Ott, brother of Colin Ott, and I play Duncan, the ferocious and soup-loving badger. And I go by Dusks and Dorks online. Everyone, that's where I am. I'm a person.
You got an animal fact?
Do I have an animal fact? Man is the most dangerous animal. There's your fact. That's true. It continues to be.
All right.
Sadly.
My name is Michael. I am playing Thelonious from the Ronin playbook. He is a cat. That's my character for the intro. My animal fact is that if you didn't realize, fish.
Did he freeze for anyone else?
I really thought for a fact that his whole fact is just fish and just a long pause.
Fish.
You froze after you said fish. Oh my
Did I
gosh.
freeze?
Yeah.
Froze. You literally just said fish and then froze.
Like, my animal fact is fish.
We're leaving this in.
Let's keep.
How interesting is that fact? Fish. Crying.
Hey, fish or facts?
Fish are facts, not food.
Fish up. We're gonna get sued by Disney, but it's gonna be worth it.
Hello, I'm Liam. I play Sabian the Fox, who's currently in exile. And my fact is, despite the fact of what they look like, foxes are actually dogs and not cats.
That threw me off.
Taking notes.
Hi, I am Megan. I play Cal, the Deer Tinkerer, demolition expert extraordinaire. My animal fact is that koalas sleep up to 22 hours a day. Like me.
You have insomnia.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Reggie. I play Sanvi, the river otter who can play a recorder. And my fun fact, straight off of Google, is that otters can stay up underwater for up to 8 minutes.
And now we're going to get sued by Google.
Oh no!
Dang it.
My name is Emily, and I'm playing Red. Red is a red squirrel using the Scoundrel playbook. And according to Wikipedia, the red squirrel is the national mammal of Denmark.
Is that an animal fact or a Denmark fact?
Both.
Both is good. Hi, I am Office Maracas, or Louise. I play Rebecca the Harrier. That's a smuggler / spy. Rebecca is a cute little rabbit who's full of fun and optimism. My animal fact is that albatrosses have the lowest divorce rate in the animal kingdom.
How do you even calculate that?
Yeah, what?
Someone did. Someone's really into birds.
Wow.
Can we give Duncan 5 minutes? He looks like he's about to blow.
Every one of my
What's the
animal
legal
facts for the rest of
representation?
this series are going to be just absolute garbage. I want you all I'm going to be like, despite their appearances, did you know that most raccoons are not forklift certified? And it's just going to it's just going to be that. It's going to be
That's
that for
way
the
more
rest
fun
of
than
Rootless.
like how many colors are on a bird, right? Like,
Yeah.
Did you know that if you eat a goldfish, it dies?
Did you know that? Did you know that fish?
Yeah, that's going to have to be a bit where Michael has to,
Fish?
every time he says, "Did you know?" and just says an animal name and just pauses.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, my
character
animal,
development, everybody.
yeah. My animal fact is that koala fingerprints are so close to humans that they can actually taint crime scenes. So last we
Hey.
left off, our Voracious Vagabonds awoke to find their trusty badger Duncan missing. Guy the Gecko led you all to meet Bormolo, who ended up being a toad and the de facto leader of the Originals, a ex-group from Windgap Refuge. Bormolo proceeded to tell you guys about Bam Bam the deer, who you eventually met up with and enlisted to assist you in the taking of Windgap Refuge. You also learned about Dr. Dexter Weemsley, who seems to be integral, although you're not sure why at this point, to what's going on in Windgap. Then we went and met one of the other X groups in Windgap and one of the more militaristic factions there, the Silk Handkerchiefs, led by Mindle, Sweepbottom the Flamingo, and Neo the Turtle. And you were all having a conversation with them when you spotted a mysterious figure with their back turned to you playing the recorder. And there were bugs and butterflies and larvae and all sorts of different insects swarming around that person. And so that is where we left off. And so we will pick up here with the conversation with Mindle Sweetbottom, but keep in mind that you guys have seen this this figure playing the recorder. So Mindle looks at you all. Yes, was there something I could help you with? I understand that Bomolo and Guy said you could be requiring my assistance. Well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
No, that wasn't a Rebecca thing. That was just me not being able to control my mental filter. We need to cut that from the...
That's right. I'm still here for it.
I'm sorry.
Well, anybody?
Yeah, so we recently had a run-in. You might be familiar, over at Windgap.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you had any run-ins with that fucking squirrel? Chuck?
Early on, we did, but not in quite some time. We've been comfortable living where we are.
Okay. We kind of had a run-in with him, and we're feeling a little rough about it. Long story short, we were doing all right, and then he came at us with a goddamn army.
Yes, and?
You say you're comfortable here, but don't you have any desire to take back your home?
Well, yes, some, but there's simply not a possibility. The Marquis are entrenched, and if that is what you're after, I must say I don't believe will be of any assistance.
Well, not to that degree initially, but well, they're holding a friend of mine, well, a couple friends of mine actually, captive. And we have heard, and I'm trying to be kind of surreptitious about it, we've heard that you might have a particular set of skills that could help us potentially liberate these friends of mine.
Yes, and what's in it for us? Risking our lives is, well, I just simply don't know that you would convince many of the other folks here if you can't convince me.
Indeed, I think destabilizing the power the Marquis has in that clearing could be one thing, but that I don't expect that to fully persuade you.
What about self-respect? You're not letting them trample all over you.
I'm gonna go ahead and have Red go ahead and give me a roll with charm here.
Oh boy.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can do that after the roll as well.
It's a 9.
Yeah, so Rebecca is just gonna kind of like aim up and down. It's like, a guy of your standing? I mean, wouldn't you want to lead one of the most successful rebellions against the invasion into our home?
Mindle looks at you. I think that was presumptuous. Not about the standing, but I am not male.
My apologies.
Yes.
I've never met many birds. That's on me.
And that's perfectly fine, and I appreciate the respect given. Yes. What is it you require? We will help you out, but if we do so, we will take all of the spoils from the battle. All of them. Does this sound agreeable?
As long as the spoils are limited to material goods from what's in the town. There may be some prisoners that we would want to take custody of ourselves.
Yes. All of that is fine. Mostly we are focused on the money aspect of things. Having goods and services. We will, of course... Go ahead.
But one more thing. Also, try not to harm the astronomy tower at all. I know Ursa's worked really hard to keep that up and running, so please don't touch that.
Ursa? Oh, goodness. You know that anybody from Windgap Refuge would not go near that tower. Not to harm it, at least. Everyone loves Ursa. Despite her, her enclosed nature.
Okay, good. I I am feeling like we may have a deal.
Good, good. Yes, Neo, what do you think? And you guys look, and the turtle just kind of pounds his fist and goes, Neo. That's it. That's all he says. Yes, see yourself around camp, and I will get a few of the leaders here, some of my second-in-commands, as well as Neo, and meet me by the ballistas when you're ready.
All right.
Sure. You're gonna want all of the spoils. We're gonna need help preparing.
Yes, your point.
Well, as we prepare, are you able to help us become fully prepared? Some of us have injuries, some of us are tired. Maybe some of our items are a little worn. You have some resources here. You'll get the spoils at the end. But can we work together today for your spoils tomorrow?
Go ahead and give me a roll of charm.
That's a 3.
They look at you and they say, actually, I think we'll take all of the spoils and you will help our people. They are going to require you guys to mark 2 depletion. You can spread this amongst whoever you want, but by the time you leave this camp, you now have to mark 2 depletion to assist with the building of the ballistas and the preparations for the war, since you are asking them to come and do this.
I'm perfectly happy to take one of those depletions. I think working for my parents' construction company, I'd be great at like logistics, planning, you know, division of materials, that kind of things. So yeah, I can take depletion for that.
Cool. Anybody else want to take one?
My depletion's already marked twice. This is my fault, so I can eat it. But I'm already 2 down on depletion.
I can take one, presumably for making sure that everyone's weapons and stuff is in check.
I think that's a good call. And you have so many depletions. Cool. So you guys assist for a tad bit, and then Mindle and Neo walk off to go find some of the other second in commands, and they start gathering by the ballista, but you guys are free to walk about for a bit here if you'd like. You're also free to go speak with them. Everybody at this point, give me a roll with cunning.
9?
Got a 9 as well.
Also got a 9.
Lots of 9s.
I have an 11.
Okay, I think that's everybody that's here. So nobody notices anything. You are free to carry on with what you're doing.
I'm gonna tug Sabian on his sleeve.
You go to do that and you realize that Sabian's not there.
No, another friend gone. I'm gonna look around, see who else is near me. Maybe Cal.
What's up?
I'm gonna go tap Cal on the shoulder. Hey Cal, do you mind assisting me with something?
Depends what it is.
You see that guy over there playing the recorder? And I'm gonna point over my shoulder with all the earthworms and recorder playing.
Yes, kind of gross.
I want to meet him. Do you mind watching my back? Will you come with me? I don't want to go alone.
Okay.
You are heading over to the recorder guy. What is everybody else doing at this moment?
I go over to Rebecca, and I pull her aside. Hey, I want to take another look. I want to take another look at those schematics.
Yeah. No biggie. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna see if the giant turtle said anything other than his name, but I feel like this is a bit more important. So, and she shimmies it out of the waistcoat.
What are you looking for, Theo?
Honestly, I'm just trying to study it. I'm not an engineer, but I am, casually crafty. I'm familiar with a lot of the Marquis stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to see if I can understand it a little bit, understand it enough, right? If I were to think about if I were to draw this myself, could I draw it in a way that broke it?
Give me a roll with cunning here.
So that's gonna be a 10.
A 10. Okay, so I'm gonna say that because you do know the marquee like technology pretty well. You wouldn't know enough as like a Ronin to be able to like know how to break this thing. But I will say that moving forward, and this will not be just for this scene, but for any scene that involves like marquee technology specifically regarding this, you can take a +1 forward, +1 ongoing, essentially to that roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll take it.
Is Bam Bam around?
Bam Bam is still with you guys. Yep.
Okay, I think I would like to ask Bam Bam some questions. I'd want to go over to Bam Bam, kind of step aside from the rest of others, and just ask. You had mentioned that you want to speak with Dr. Weemsley first. He's a friend of mine. What is it that you want? I don't want to put him into any danger.
It's interesting that you should ask that, Red. I also have a relationship with the doctor, and my employer would prefer that I garner some information from him. Now, I'm not welcome to give you that information. However, I do think it would be relevant to you. And after all this is said and done, I'll make sure that my employer reaches out one way or another, specifically to you, Red.
From where? Well, is there any type of roll, like any type of insight roll or anything like that I could do to try to understand what faction Bam Bam's affiliated with?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a roll. We'll say this is with cunning.
Okay. Oh no, it's probably not gonna do it because I think that's a 6.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
I will still give you that. You can tell that whatever faction she's talking about, you probably wouldn't know it, even if it was something that was
Okay.
near your vicinity. That is what I'll give you with a 6. But other than that, not much to tell.
Okay.
Anything else you want to
Sounds
ask,
good.
Bam Bam?
No, I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere else with them. So.
Fair enough. Okay, let's move now to Sanvi and Cal. You guys are approaching the person who is playing the recorder. You hear a nice light humming, and as you guys are approaching closer, you can see that this is a badger. He looks very, very old. He has a very vibrant green recorder, and he's actually not playing it. It's sitting next to him, but the tune is still going. And he's singing to himself. It's bitter work, but it's lots of fun. Singing for keepers in old Iron. Badgers' hearts are pure as stone. I'll pay my wage in pitch and tone. And then he turns to you. Oh, hello there. And he picks up the recorder and it stops playing. The insects all disperse. And you guys can see that this is a very elderly looking badger.
That's Duncan's song.
Who's Duncan?
Do
That's
you
our
know
friend.
a badger? He's like really tall, kind of like you, but super young. Well, a lot younger than you are.
No. I know a Duncan of legends old, but nobody's seen or heard of that Duncan for years. A younger Duncan, no, I've not seen, but that's an old keeper's song. I hail from the Keepers in Iron, and I used to be a traveling minstrel for them, a bard of sorts.
So you didn't commit plagiarism?
But no, it's an anthem.
Oh.
What anthem?
It's a simple ditty. Most learn it when they're young, and then it's passed on from generation to generation with different variations depending on what sect you're in within the Keepers. So, you may find a more militaristic relic seeker who uses it as a battle cry, but you also may find, somebody that's within the church using it as a religious theme. It's just a simple calling card for us. How may I help you? My name is Castus Chirp, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. and he outstretches like a very old and shaking hand to you.
I'm gonna go and clasp his hand and give him a nice firm handshake. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Sanvi. This is my friend Cal. I want to know how did you make that music? It seemed like you had like all of Mother Nature listening to you.
Yes. Do you play as well?
I do, and I will pick up my recorder and show it to him. This is the recorder that my mother got me. I'm still learning, but I'd like to think that I'm pretty good.
He holds it in his hands and kind of like brings it really close to his face.
Ah, yes. I can hear many songs to be played in this. Well, I will tell you.
And he pulls out of his recorder. It looks like almost like a piece of bark from a tree. And he says,
"This is my reed. It's a very specific reed that allows you to communicate with the woodland. Perhaps if you were to learn some more, I could potentially teach you how to use it."
Wow, and Zombie's gonna look at the reed with like big, glittery, sparkly anime eyes. Are you serious? I can learn to play like you?
Give me a roll with charm here, Sanvi.
I have a 7.
A 7. So as you say that to him, he looks at you, looks at the recorder that you have.
Yes, I'm not sure you're quite ready, but you can actually find a very similar reed in Underleaf. If you go down by the leisure ward, there's a place where you can find it. This is the only one I've got on me, but I may teach you later, if that's okay.
And at this point, you all hear and see a very, very familiar sight. As an incredibly large badger with shining armor and a golden emblem appears on the crest of the hill where you all met Mindle Sweepbottom, and starts barreling down the hill towards wherever he wants to go. Duncan.
I'm going to go straight towards the old man, the old badger.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to interject. I'm just going to charge Duncan, and I'm just going to give him a big old effing hug.
Right.
And then I'm going to shove him to the ground.
Thelonious, it's good to see you too. It's been a day, lad. It's been a day.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go approach the old timer. It's a nice song, old man. Pretty tune.
I just nudge Zombie like, oh, you heard the calling card.
Been a long time since I heard it.
Thank you. My name is Castis. Are you from the Order?
I am. I was. And tune carried a bit of a different different set of lyrics, different set of circumstances.
I need Duncan, Cal, and Sanvi all to give me a roll with cunning here.
Cunning.
I have a 9.
Is a thing that I have.
9 again. There's a lot of 9s today.
There's a lot of 9s today.
I have
In my eyes, you're all a 10.
Darn right. I have an 8 without modifiers, so let me just look back up my character sheet.
That's good. You guys all notice that when Duncan says, "Oh, I was," Cassis's face kind of drops a little bit and then comes back right to where it was.
No. Be at peace, old man. Be at peace. Trust me, the was is a good thing. Our order didn't exactly like other orders.
I am well aware. Yes. Which of the sects were you in? Were you part of the Seekers, the military?
Yeah. Steel Keepers, military. The military of the military. But I'm guessing by some of those scars you're hiding under that robe, you'd probably know that already. You don't get those kind of scars from playing recorder.
Well, yes, I used to endeavor in some of the sorts, it seems, but like you, I found peace in another way.
Another way? It's just nice to see a familiar face. And by familiar, I mean a face that looks striped like mine. That's Sonvi. I don't know if he introduced themselves or not to you. sometimes they have a little difficulty with some politeness.
I missed you too,
Have-
Duncan.
I'm just gonna wrap her up in a big hug. I missed you so much, you dumb otter. Yesterday took a lot out of me, and needed a day to relax, unpack some things. Tell me, old timer, how long you been here in the grove?
Oh, not long. Just passing through. I travel the woodlands, roaming about. But I found a good home here with Mindle, and I thought I would see it through.
So you've been here long enough to watch that squirrel take over things?
Long enough to know what's going on. I've written several ditties about it.
Diddy's a nice old man, but I'm wondering exactly how much you can help us out. Yeah, we could use someone with the inside ear. We're going to try to convince these people to take their town back.
I don't know that I'd be of particular assistance there. I'm not from the town of Windgap, and it seems outsiders are strictly regarded as outsiders. They like my songs, but I don't know that they'll keep what I say in high regard.
Well, you and I both know old man music has a wonderful, wonderful way of making people want you around.
Well,
And he pulls you close and like sniffs you, Duncan.
I'll help you in whatever way I can. It seems your friend here with the recorder is perhaps someone I should get to know as well, so maybe we should stay acquainted while you're here.
Far better person to know than me. This is Thelonious too. I'm going to pat Thelonious on the shoulder. Good cat, as far as cats are good anyway.
Ah, yes. Good to meet you. An odd name, Thelonious. Not one I've heard here in the woodland.
The name I have, new friend.
Right, well, I'm Castus. Castus Chirp.
Castus, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's been a long, long time since I've been home. Any news from the keepers? Any news from the military? Like I said, it's been a long time since I was home. Particular families of interest, any of the strong ones, the noble ones, anything of any port, I'd like to know. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I miss it sometimes.
I also have not been home for some time, but I have heard through the grapevine that Lord Florian still reigns supreme, with Aurora by his side.
Yeah. Wish them both the best, I suppose.
As do we all.
As do we all. As if we ever had a choice in the matter.
You see his face drops again. It's clear that he definitely, like, even though he's not a keeper anymore, still has very much respect for those who are.
I know, old man, I know. It's a good life, but it's a life that'll eat you alive if you let it. Best of luck to you on the path. I might have to go and explain my absence to some of my friends.
Of course, don't let me take up any more of your time.
No taking up old time. You know that. You know how keepers feel about those that will make it to old age. Beware a man that makes it to old age in a profession where men die young. I think every one of our sects had that saying.
Yes, I think you're right.
And he, Duncan, you can see he gives you like a little wink and kind of pulls his cloak back to show like one of the scars is very, very large.
Oh, an old timer. One more thing. The recorder's cute, but the hilt of your dagger's sticking out of your boot. It doesn't do very much good if you're trying to hide a knife like that.
Who said I was trying to hide it?
Oh, I like you, old timer. I like you for sure.
At this point, Cal, you look around and notice, as well as Sanvi, because you went to look for him, that Sabian is missing from the group. He doesn't appear to be anywhere in this encampment.
Cal, have you seen Sabian?
No. I was just looking around for him now.
I was looking for him earlier, but I couldn't find him. I assumed maybe you saw where he went?
No. But I don't really see what purpose I'm serving with the introduction, so I might just remove myself from this situation so I can go look for him. Because you seem to be getting on swimmingly with Kestis. So I'm gonna go.
Do you need help?
I'm already in step with her. I didn't even ask.
Okay.
All right, so Cal, Sanvi, and Theo, you guys are all Cal, I will say you see like a glint in the distance that appears to be signaling to you.
Well, that's promising. I can see a glint over there.
Are you guys heading in that direction?
Yep.
Cool. As you guys crest the hill, you see Sabian, and I will say that as you guys see Sabian, and he sees that there are more of you than just Cal. Sabian, what do you do? I don't want to speak for you.
Well, before that happens, Thelonious already got distracted and started following a butterfly.
Beautiful.
So Cal and
Sanvi come up over the hill.
well, I know obviously because Cal's quite tall, I noticed her first. So I turn around and start smiling, and then notice Sanvi's kind of tailing behind. So I quickly turn my head, take something off my face, and wrap it up in a bit of cloth, and just wait for them to turn up.
Yep, they eventually reach you and greet you.
Hey, why'd you wander off?
I sense something that's I'm gonna have to deal with. But I need a favour from you.
Okay.
He seems kind of glancing at Sanvi for a second, and just nods and goes, "Here you go. Hold on to these for me." And you notice in your hands you're holding his dagger, and also a little mini dagger attached to like a wrist strap. You need to hide these.
How long for? Like an
Until I
hour?
come-
Or...
Until I come back.
Well, where are you going?
You see him kind of glance behind him and go, I just thought I'd go sort something out, okay?
I'm gonna read the situation, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the dagger. I'm gonna look at Sabian. Hey, Sabian, we'll make sure these are safe. I'm gonna go get Duncan on this, and I'm gonna go scurry back and run back to Duncan so he can hide the things.
When I've noticed she's gone far away, I quickly turn to Cal and go, just hand her the cloth, something wrapped up in a cloth, and go, give this to Red. She knows what it is. She knows what to do with it. Make sure she keeps it safe. And I'll just hand it over.
I mean, this is... Yeah, I can do that.
Do you trust me?
Yeah.
He seems slightly smile. Then he turns dead sharp and goes, "Go back to him and stay with him." And you just seem he just shoves you.
Sabian?
As you turn back, there is no Sabian there. Like a flash, in the daylight, he is gone.
Can I go over to, or do I see Sanvi running over to me, Colin, with that bundle?
Yeah, you absolutely do. But I wanna check in with Cal. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Well, my best friend has kind of just vanished and didn't say kind of anything really about where he's going or how long he'll be, if he's coming back. So kind of an anxiety is building up, because I don't know if that's going to be the last time I'll see him. If he's doing the same thing my family might have done, and it's hard to put in words, but it's a feeling I felt before, and it's a feeling I really don't like.
Damn. Okay, I'm tearing up. That was awesome. Okay. Duncan, go ahead. I got nothing.
How far away is Cal from me, to me?
I will say that you probably can't see Cal at the moment, but
Okay.
you can see Sanvi running towards you.
All right. What's going on?
Duncan! Duncan!
Yes, I'm right. I'm here.
I'm gonna run into him and clunk into him, into his armor.
I'm really gonna have to have Cal patch in something soft on that part of the armor if you're gonna keep doing that.
Duncan, I'm gonna hold up the dagger and things. You have to hide these. There's something wrong. Sabian, there's something wrong with Sabian. I don't know.
Where's he at? What's going on?
Go over the hill. Go over the hill.
All right, I guess I'm gonna hide the dagger in the part of my armor where I usually can keep stuff that's out of sight. Only I know how to kind of get to that little compartment. So it'd be kind of impossible for someone to reach into my breastplate and grab it unless I'm like, listen, if you're trying to get fresh with me, it's the only way they're gonna get it. So, and then I'm gonna take off and bring Sanvi right over, or bring Sanvi, and the two of us are gonna just run towards the direction that she described Cal being at.
So while that's happening, something I'd like to be doing is I'd like to have, I ran off and I was like, oh wait, my friends. And I'd like to be able to use my cat ability track and kind of have caught up to Cal after, at the point that she was alone, but just then stopped and without being observed, sort of watched Cal's intimate moment. Having obviously not read her mind or anything, but I'd like to roll observation or something, some kind of insight.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll with cunning here.
I believe that's a 9. Double check. Yeah, 9.
Nice. I will say that you can tell that Cal is feeling anxious, definitely feeling sad. I think you definitely understand a little bit of what she's going through. I don't think you probably get the full extent of
I don't even know the context. I didn't see this stuff before where we're right. I just see Cal alone and that something's wrong.
You could just tell she's anxious and sad. That's about all you got there. You also see Duncan and Sanvi are heading that way as well. Red and Rebecca, what are you guys doing?
I'm holding position as Duncan goes in.
Okay.
I'm staying covered.
Okay.
Let the soup guy handle it.
That's right. Red, Rebecca.
Yeah, those are feelings.
Those are feelings. You don't do those.
I think seeing Duncan go off in the direction that the others just headed off in, I would follow Duncan. Red would follow Duncan.
I was looking at some blueprints, and then Duncan showed up and didn't say hi, and now they've all fucked off, and I've got no idea where anyone is.
Bex, come on, Bex.
When in doubt, follow the
it's
badger.
too late. It's too late. I was deep in blueprints. I've got no idea what happened. I'm just gonna go up to the turtle and just be like, can you say anything other than Neo?
Neo.
That wasn't a no.
Neo.
What if I hit you really hard? Would you say Neo? Or would you scream?
Want to hear an animal fact?
Yes.
Did you know fish?
Fish. I've never met a fish. What's a fish?
Neo.
You're a fish?
Neo.
You enjoy this, don't you?
Neo.
I like you. You're my new favorite. Do you think I could put stickers on your shell?
Neo. And he turns his back and starts walking away.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. You show me your shell. Come here. And I'm just running after him with some stickers in my pocket.
As that is happening, everybody, I think except for Theo, is heading towards Cal at this moment.
I killed Cal.
It's a good little comedic, good little comedic break.
I love Neo. I'm gonna cry off my eyeliner.
I knew fish was gonna happen at some point tonight. Just glad it was Neo that did it.
I didn't know it was gonna be Neo, and I didn't know he was gonna do that. But it needed to happen.
It needed to happen. It was what needed to happen in the moment.
He can say his name and one animal fact.
And one animal fact, and it's just fish. Goated. Absolutely goated. Love that. That's stupid turtle. God bless America.
Oh my god.
God bless America.
Listen. The turtle's gonna have to bless America because clearly God's abandoned us. That's all we've got is that stupid turtle.
I've seen the Matrix. I know that Neo is God.
Right. Neo's secretly the BBEG the whole time.
Dude, if Neo's the big bad evil guy and we lose, I'm alright with it. I've made my peace with it.
Fair.
Let him have it. You want to burn the woodland to a crisp, buddy? Neo, you got it, buddy.
Oh my god, I love
Torch it. Torch the mother.
Okay, so I think everybody except for Theo, who is hiding in wait, is going over to see Cal. What is everybody doing? I will let you all kind of act at the same time here.
Duncan, where have you been?
Longer story, but not. I kind of gestured to Cal, who looks visibly shaken. Not as important as
Okay.
as that right now. But I'll explain it. It's kind of boring. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sometimes, when you turn someone into human paste, and you need a moment to decompress. I'm gonna walk over to Cal and I'm not gonna even touch her yet. I'm just gonna very kind of quietly go, Cal, you all right?
Yeah, I need to give something to Red.
Where's Sabian at?
He's got something to do.
Can I tell that she's visibly shaken and visibly upset by things?
I think Cal, do you feel like Cal would be visibly shaking, or do you feel
is Cal visibly shaken right now or not?
Yeah,
I guess it's more of a question for Cal.
No? Okay, then I would say, Kyle, give me a roll with cunning.
Sure. I can do cunning. I have a 7 plus whatever else I've got. So probably an 8.
An 8. Okay, so you can ask one question to Megan. Excuse me.
Does she have to answer honestly?
She does, yeah.
You all right?
I will be.
Good enough. You know what this is? Well, I'm gonna just reach in and just very gently show her the hilt of the dagger. All I know is I have to hide the darn thing, so.
That's all I know about it.
Fair enough. All right. I'm gonna go bury this under a tree or chuck it in a lake. Probably not gonna chuck it into a lake. I don't know if Sabian needs it again. Before I do that, though,
hidden, not to get rid of it.
Well, we're gonna be in a little bit of a thick of it soon. So, as soon as I'd just as soon not have Chunk fish this off my corpse, if things go south. Kyle, before I ask anything else, though, I know what it's like to lose someone. If you need to talk, not if you want to talk. If you want to talk, but if you need to talk. This. Duly noted. Gonna go bury a dagger under the woods now.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go trek off to some trees.
In my hiddenness, I'm not reading minds. Am I in earshot? I'd like to have been in earshot and overheard the whole thing on purpose.
I will say this. Let's have Theo go ahead and give me a roll with finesse, and we'll have Duncan and Cal give me a roll with cunning.
Cunning seems to
6.
be the thing I'm good at today.
It's a 5.
That's a 5. Never mind, I lied.
I will say that you can be in earshot for it, but Cal, you notice Theo there. Duncan, you do not. Cal, you also see Red coming towards you.
Red, I need to give you this.
Cal, when you notice me with cute kitten eyes. Not
I kind of just
creepy.
deadpan at you.
Yeah.
Just you're not being very subtle.
Right. Eye contact, and I just flat down.
Slowly turn to Red. I need to give this to you.
What is it?
Give it to her.
Okay. Thanks.
Sabian just said to have it, so there you go.
Well, I will certainly keep it safe then, and I'll stow it away in my bag without uncovering it, figuring if Sabian gave it to Cal wrapped, then there's probably a reason.
I think that's a good call. Is anybody else approaching Cal, what is everybody else doing in this moment? Duncan has kind of wandered off to go bury a knife. Theo is in the bushes. What is everybody else doing?
Cal's gonna start making away from the clearing, go back to where they were originally, where Castus is.
Yeah, you guys see that Castus is still hanging out there, playing his recorder, singing some tunes. You also notice that Mindle, Neo, as well as a number of other like soldier-looking entities are standing by the ballistas, waiting patiently as Redbuckia is sticking stickers on Neo's back.
Thelonious followed Cal back, but not as a tracker. Thelonious gave Cal enough distance that Cal was no longer in vision, but followed the path to go in the same place. Gave Cal the privacy.
Cool. Yeah, so we can just say that everybody, if it's cool with you guys, are back, in camp vicinity, and you can see that there are some folks gathered there.
Well, so when we show up, what do we see?
A bunch of rich people with rainbows and stars on their backs.
So you guys see Mindle, who is a flamingo, as well as Neo the turtle, hanging out by a sort of shoddily constructed ballista. Astride them are three others who are all of different species. There's a frog, there is a pelican, and then there is also another badger. It seems like badgers are pretty prevalent in this particular clearing.
I'm going to turn to Red. I feel like I've missed quite a bit, but who is this lot? What on God's green earth are they bringing? Please tell me that's not a siege engine. Please tell me that's not a Red, look at me. Look me in the eyes and tell me that's not a siege engine. That is not a proper siege engine. That is a lump of scrap wood held together by hope and string. What is that?
Well,
why is there a flamingo?
That's Mindle, and Mindle is the leader of the Silk Handkerchiefs, and they're gonna help us.
The Silk Handkerchiefs?
Yeah.
Are they gonna be the silk bandages in the next 20 minutes?
I have a feeling that they are more adept than they look. At least
the flamingo looks scary.
That's
Those things are
what Bam Bam
terrifying.
said.
Red, I'm confused too. I thought this was like the sneaky peekaboo group, not the bash you through with a bag of Skittles. Like, we wanted loud. We were gonna go to the Warriors. What is this? What are the handkerchiefs skill? I'm confused. What's going on?
They're gonna help us. They said they would if they get loot.
I'm gonna make a very pointed look at you. What kind of loot?
All the loot.
All the loot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at Red. That includes the thing. The big giant thing. The thing that we planned on, dismantling.
Well, I mean, I figure we can hopefully still dismantle it, right?
Oh boy. A bunch of up-jump sellswords and mercenaries with a siege engine. And Duncan's going to put that in quotes.
Duncan, I asked you. What's your game, I said. What are you on about, I said. And you looked at me like sounds like you've got a reason too. You wanted to dismantle the glove, is what you should have said to me.
I mean, not the glove. I mean, we can dismantle the glove. I don't care if the glove... honestly, if we can dismantle Chunk and the rest of the glove all at the same time, that sounds lovely. Rebecca, why are you raising your hand like a school child?
Can someone hold the pelican still? I want to put a smiley face on his beak.
We're not going to put the smiley face on the up-jump what have you done to the turtle?
It's war paint!
That's war paint. If that's war paint, and I'm going to gesture towards the ballista,
on my own. You left me to my own devices. You didn't even say hi.
Conversations like this are why Guy thinks we're married. I'm going to go walk over to try to talk to the flamingo for the first time because I'm excited to meet that person.
I'm going to wee in your armor with you in it.
It usually costs extra. Don't give it away for free.
I love my mom and dad.
Duncan, as you approach, this flamingo looks at you. Yes, are you part of the extras?
The extras?
Yes.
I'm gonna look the Flamingo up and down. It's evident that that the Flamingo is a soldier, yes, of some kind, a warrior of some kind.
They appear to be more like dexterous, but yes, they have like a swashbuckling type, like rapier, on their side.
How many weapons do you have hidden in your wings right now? Ballpark 6'10".
Dear, you don't simply ask that question. Not before a proper introduction.
We're doing proper introduction. My apologies, milady. And I'm just going to very gently, very deep, courtly bow. My name is Duncan. And you are?
Do not call me milady. And
No, I called you my lady. Milady is for commoners. My lady is for someone of great status.
I would prefer madame, if it would suit you as well.
Them would work fine.
Perfect.
Also, there's a ball-bearing kosh in that tunic.
There's a what now?
Ball-bearing kosh.
Oh,
It's like
good
if David and Goliath slingshot was on steroids.
Oh God. They look at you. My name is Mindle Sweepbottom. Yes, your compatriots here asked for our help, and of course we would give it for the price that we ask.
Exactly what was the price that was given?
Everything. All the spoils of the battle. In addition to this, due to your, outsider nature, we did require for your assistance as well in helping to bandage up some of my troops.
I'm gonna look at the people on the side. Troops. You call that motley assortment troop? Actually, I can't even say that. I look back at us. Never mind. I get it. Nope.
Theo's chasing another butterfly. Rebecca is still sticking stickers on Neo's back. Sanvi's playing the recorder in the corner.
Take everything back that I just said. My apologies, Master Sweetbottom.
Yes. Now, we may not be experts, so to speak. We certainly are not the melee bunch that I don't know if you've spoken to Phineas at all, but we are not.
Is that a fish?
No.
A dude called Phineas, and he isn't in the posh camp?
Yes, Phineas buckled here. Oh, Phineas. Well, I suppose you are here to ask questions about our arraignments, some of the things that we have that could assist you. This is our beautifully new constructed ballista, and again, while we may not be the most smash and crash type bunch, we've assembled it as best we could.
Is Cal nearby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
He's
more
probably
than
just staring at the ballista like up close, just like peering at it, just like.
Well,
Yeah.
with respect, and as someone who's done a fair bit of mercenary work in my own time, I hope you don't mind that we make sure that you can make good on your end of the agreement. I would trust that you won't mind if our more technologically inclined friend over here observes that ballista to make sure that we're getting exactly what we paid for.
Well, before we do that, what is your plan of attack? Where would you like us to go? What would you like us to do? Come with me, and they will gesture to all of you to come into a camp with all of their leaders.
Okay, as they're doing that, Thelonious looks over and takes his hands off of one of the ropes on the ballista and goes to follow.
Beautiful. So Mindle takes you all into a very large tented room, lays out a map for you all, and then simply looks at you and says, well, what is it you're intending to do? What's the plan? So this is a very rough draft of what the map of Windgap Refuge looks like. You guys are currently with the Silk Handkerchiefs, who are in the bottom right-hand corner of that picture. And then you've got the originals to the left of them in the middle, and the bannermen all the way to the left. There are two trade routes that run into Windgap Refuge, one from the left side, one from the right. The left one leads into, there's like a set of barracks, a residential district, as well as the fawn shop, which is where Bam Bam operates out of. To the right, you have the movers' quarters, and then if you go further up to the right, you've got the ruins entrance that you guys came out of, another residential district, the general store, and then Ursa's Tower is smack dab in the middle. But right behind Ursa's Tower is general dentistry, and then to the right of that is the Hucklebee mining camp. And then you have like this obtuse angle of mountains meeting in the middle there.
Well, when we were in the ruins before, we saw kind of the underground buildings and networks. So I'm wondering if there's one leading to the dentistry, so we can literally come out from underneath them. And if there isn't, we can make one which, even if it goes wrong, might just make them fall through the floor.
Mindle, how well do you know those ruins?
Yes. I don't know them particularly well. We stayed clear of them. In fact, the only reason they're on that map is because we had intel from a trusted source.
How trusted?
At the time, very.
And now?
Not so much.
A source from inside Windgap itself?
Someone who ventures in more frequently than myself.
Is it Phineas?
Don't say that name.
You said it before.
Phineas.
It's fine if I say it. I don't enjoy hearing others speak of Mr. Buckletier.
You mean Phineas?
Phineas.
Can we not anger the Flamingo, please?
It's pink. It's not that dangerous. So this
Rebecca,
Thelonious just kind of like rolls over onto Rebecca and like gives her like a playful spin.
Nope, before you do
And
that, Rebecca...
and tries to distract the whole thing.
Nope, Rebecca, give me a roll with either finesse or might here.
Okay. 9.
A 9 is very good. You are able to sort of duck out of the way of most of Mindle's wing, but you do end up suffering 1 exhaustion as the tip of it slaps you in the gut. Enough!
That's the kind of person I want to see.
What is
Come
your
on,
plan?
we can do this.
Mindle, with respect, as you have only just given us the map, we are at the point of devising our plan with this valued and gratefully accepted information.
Fine, then I shall give you time to do so without my insight. And they storm out of the room.
Brilliantly done there, Rutabaga. Brilliantly done. You've managed to take off the giant pink murder bird. Good.
They're heartbroken. Sometimes you need a bit of a distraction.
And so you rubbed salt into the wound. Have you ever been
With your
heartbroken?
heel.
I may have intentionally made myself a bit of a target.
Good.
Because, sometimes we just need to stop fanning about.
Just so you know, if it goes poorly, I'm painting a circle with multiple layers and one little bullseye in the center for you. Right on your stomach.
I shake the map.
You have been in a sour mood ever since you came back, and you didn't even give us the courtesy of telling us why you were going. Now, clearly everyone else has forgiven you, but as someone who's been abandoned by you more than once already, you can just shut up!
You're gonna have to make up your mind because you got mad at me when I dug up and dragged you back into the ruins the first time around, and now you're getting mad at me for leaving you without dragging you wherever I'm off to, so...
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting.
Cal's plan's brilliant. I like it.
I'm gonna stab the otter.
I like it. I still want to know what we're trying to do. Duncan, you want to dismantle that glove, yeah?
The glove end, I'm gonna look right at Red. Might be time to cue the rest of them in.
Indeed.
I want words with Chunk. Red, we got a friend we got 2 friends. We got friends of yours we want to save. They're in the dentistry.
Yes.
Bam wants to talk to the dentist. That's the dentistry.
Well, actually, no, he's not the dentist. One of my friends is in the general dentistry, as Chunk so clearly said, and I also confirmed it with some of our new friends in the originals. The name of my friend in general dentistry is Z Monmouth. He's a hedgehog. I definitely want to rescue him to get him out of there. And then the other person who Bam Bam wants to talk to is actually my former mentor, Dr. Weemsley. And if he's in the place where he was when I left, it might be even harder to get into than the general dentistry.
Well, what is the place? And I just look at the map. I just hand you the map.
It's not on this map. But I think it's in this area where these two mountains meet.
Okay.
I'd also like to point something else out that Reg said, and I think we're beating around the bush. They've got a weapon like Reg's pistol, but larger, stronger, and able to hit multiple people at once. And by multiple people, Red informed me it was a larger area.
Yes.
That's a problem.
I want to try to just grab the schematics out of Rebecca's vest.
You don't even make it close.
I feel like I get a roll on this. Tell me what my roll is.
Yeah, go ahead. You give me I'll say contested finesse.
Contested finesse.
Is it what?
That's a 10.
Can I mark exhaustion
Also a 10.
Red, go ahead.
Can I mark exhaustion to give to interfere with Theo doing this to give him a minus? Oh, I guess it ends up being a -2 if I mark one exhaustion.
Yeah,
That makes
you
me an
absolutely
8.
can. Do you want to mark an additional exhaustion to conceal it? Otherwise, Theo will know that it has happened.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Theo,
there's no point. There's no point in that.
How do you do it, Red? Theo begins to jump for the missive.
I just reach over to grab for it, right? Like,
Wait! Don't rip it! And I'll try to step in the way and bat your hand away.
Look, I'm just trying to say, you're saying that he's got a cannon, but he doesn't even have the schematics.
This is probably just one of the many technologies Dr. Weemsley's been working on. He is obsessed with the pursuit of science, and
This is something that we intercepted. It's not the first one.
What do you mean it's not the first one?
I don't know much about this sort of stuff.
Rutabaga,
He's turnip head. Not
how many
you.
schematics like this have you intercepted?
This is just an improvement. I think what they're trying to do is make it more wearable.
All right. Sorry for leaving again, everyone. But we have a plan. We have a group that's led by Cal. I'm assuming, Cal, you'd want to be on the team that's doing the sapping. Explosives. Yeah.
I mean, I can be. I was going to offer that the distraction be on the upside whilst we're down below.
That's what I'm saying, but I think someone else is. I think you should be running down below. Unless you'd like to trust Thelonious with the explosives.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No offense.
gonna burn your tail
I'm not
off.
offended. I'm intrigued.
That's the most Florida man thing I think that you've ever said, Michael. That is the most.
But
Do we know where this gun is?
Yes, it's most likely where Dr. Weemsley is working on it.
Starting to become a linear plan.
In the midst of this running around, or running in circles, talking in circles, Red is sitting there thinking more and trying to retrace her steps, like the routes she used to take around the clearing, and remembers that there is actually an underground tunnel from the general dentistry to the secret lab. And so instead of trying to attack the secret lab and the general dentistry separately, we just got to get into general dentistry and then we can split up from there.
Okay, I have a thought on this plan. what if instead of Duncan, you taking the front door, do you think that you could burrow toward the general dentistry and take a small group in there? And I take the front door to bring distraction away from the dentistry.
I like that plan. Let's do that.
That was always the plan, was it not? Rebecca fell asleep.
You've had a long day. You've had a long day, Rutabaga.
At this point, Mindle does come back in. Well, have you figured out a plan with your obnoxious rabbit?
Now, come on now. She's lovely.
Well, she's acted untoward towards me, so I can only assume that she is not the kindest. And also, she stuck stickers all over Neo.
In fairness...
You let me.
You did let her.
They're beautiful.
In fairness, he does love them. Well, a plan? Have we got one?
The plan will be pretty simple. We've managed to secure support from the denizens. I'm going to lead them in through a tunnel. Cal. That's Cal. She's great. Don't know if you met or not. Very much like your Neo. Very small amount of words. Lot of action. She will be taking in a group from underneath using explosives. Not sure if you've used those before. Great fun. That's Thelonious. He is the scariest, sneakiest little backstabber you'll ever meet. You'll love him. He's gonna take you while I take the denizens in from one underground tunnel. We're all gonna attack at once.
And okay, where are we in all of this? You're
with Thelonious.
Ah, yes.
Bonjour, my friends.
The sneaky backstabbing bastard. Perfect. You'll fit right in with our crew. Yes, good. Well, when would you like to set out for this sojourn?
I think we should certainly do it under the cover of darkness. How prepared are you and your troops?
Well, with the assistance that was garnered, much obliged. And they curtsy to you. We should be ready by this evening if perhaps you'd like to begin, but understood if you'd like to take the night to rest as well. It's all well and good with us either way. My troops are always on demand.
What do you all think? Should we go tonight or should we wait till tomorrow night?
Does taking more time do anything to help us along the lines of things like depletion and exhaustion and things like that?
It would probably let us get the denizens and get them time to get here too.
We haven't even had that conversation with them.
That's true.
Yeah, we haven't had that conversation with them as a group. But yeah.
I'm also gonna need the time to make sizable explosives compared to just tiny popping acorns.
So we could use some more time for preparation ourselves, it sounds like. I do worry though that, Chunk knows we're in the area. There's a chance he could even make a move coming after us.
Yes, the more time that you spend here, the worse, by the sounds of it.
Question for you, Mindle, your stabbiness. That's a good gender-neutral compliment, yeah? Your stabbiness. In any case, do you have scouts? Any chance that you could post a few people around the barrier of Windgap Reach? And then if someone tries to if Chunk tries to send a runner or an individual out to go for reinforcements or information, we'll know.
Yes, well, we do have sentries posted, but not so far as the edges of Windgap. I'm happy to give you information from them, but I don't know that I'd prefer to move them any closer.
Understandable.
What about me and Bam Bam? We can keep lookout. We do this kind of thing all the time.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Shouldn't be getting paid, though.
Bam Bam is just like hanging out with Castus on the bench listening to music.
Well,
we just need someone. We need. How long would it take for me, by myself, with anyone else who wants to come, to go over to the Denzites, go over to the originals, and broach this conversation?
Yeah, Bormolo told you that he was down for whatever.
Right.
Red made a pretty big impression on him, so it's fair to say and assume that the originals would probably just go along with whatever plan you guys had, because they are actually no, we're down to at all costs take back Windgap Refuge.
I wanna pull Rebecca away. I wanna have a one-on-one with her. So we kind of just like leave the room, most specifically away from like not so much the group, but the people of this camp, the Flamingo, those people. I have one concern in this whole thing. That's your prize. This could go very, very well, and we could walk out with no scratches, but I doubt it. And our main purpose is to go in there and destroy technology. And you have on your person the technology to continue those weapons. I don't have an answer, but I want to just bring it out. What happens if you get caught? What happens if you get robbed? What happens if you lose power of that?
You think I'm not capable of planning for these contingencies? You think I've made it this far in marquee-infested woodland as a smuggler by being someone who gets caught with important documents on her?
Have you been doing insurrections that I didn't know about?
You met me on a road to buttfuck nowhere with dangerous blueprints to improve a weapon of mass destruction. And you think I, decided to do that on my way home from school?
No, but this is not buttfuck nowhere on a road! This is a keep with warriors who want those schematics and know that you have them!
Okay, I get that you don't trust me and you're concerned about information leaks. I trust you even less because you tried to make a grab for them, failing miserably, might I add, for no reason other than to show them off in front of people neither of us know, who have been trying to get back into Windgap Refuge for a number of years and could probably make use of those blueprints. See, I think things through. I don't know what you do, wandering around wherever you fancy, but some of us are capable of handling ourselves. Thank you for your concern. And she walks off.
I let her walk off.
Damn, man, not much you could say there, man. What is everybody else? Have we decided that is the plan we're moving forward with?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There is
I'm
one
gonna
thing.
need gunpowder.
Oh, yeah, do Cal's thing first. That's more important.
Good.
Oh, was that a Cal? I'm sorry. The gunpowder is way more important than my thing. I mean, it'll be cool.
I mean, it wasn't like I didn't have a particular idea. It was just Cal's gonna need gunpowder. Because if it's to like blow a hole into the bottom of the dentistry, I'm gonna need a sizable amount of gunpowder.
That is fair. Well, we can say, I'll say go ahead and give me a roll with cunning. We'll see what like you can forage throughout the day. And then I'll have you mark a number of boxes of depletion because I think part of your Tinkerer kit allows you to do this as well.
I've got 3 depletion left.
Okay. Give me a roll of cunning though. We'll see how many you have to mark.
Ooh, 12.
Nice. I will say that how many bombs are you looking to get?
As many as possible.
I will say you can get like 2 explosive charges for 2 depletion, or you can get 4 explosive charges for 3 depletion.
I'll take the 3 depletion.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know if there's kind of like a dealer or something that says, or like where I go for gunpowder, and I just walk in. I'm just like, give me all the gunpowder you got.
There's like a very large sloth that looks at you and goes, "Okay." Takes a gigantic sack of gunpowder and sits it on the counter, and then sticks his hand out for payment.
I offer payment.
Looks at it, counts it. Okay. Tosses it back into a bin, pushes you out the door, and then shoves it closed.
I just roll the barrels of gunpowder and I just go find somewhere quiet, somewhere dark, somewhere solitary that I can just crack on.
Beautiful. So you guys have the gunpowder, you have the originals. Duncan, what is it that you wanted to do?
Sonvi, we're gonna need your flute you're gonna need your recorder for part of this. We're gonna need a signal to let the other groups know that we're in. I was thinking you'd come with us.
Okay.
Yes. Dream team's back together again. Listen.
Oh, but Duncan,
Yes.
I'm gonna punch him in his armor and make a kathunk. Don't you ever leave us without saying goodbye to me again.
I like it. I'm just gonna like put both hands on her shoulders so she knows that I'm serious. I promise. I swear.
In
I won't
person, no notes.
No notes. No solitary bowl of soup as a goodbye. No, you'll hear a goodbye from me if I ever have to leave you all again. I promise.
Okay. And I'll just
Okay,
like happily skip next to Duncan's side.
Sanvi, I want you to know this, but there is no one that I would rather emerge out of a hole to do some good old-fashioned murdering with than you. It's just beautiful.
Do you mean that, Duncan?
Yes, I do, all right? I'm sorry, and I missed you, and I was very sad. I went into a dark place when I did some killing the last time I did some killing, and I don't like being that person. But, and I'm looking at her deep in her little beautiful otter eyes, you make me want to be a better person. So, I'm sorry. I'm all right if anyone else sees me like that. I just don't like you seeing me like that. Now, I know that you're a strong person and capable of doing killing and all of that other stuff, but you make me want to be better. So, I'm going to try to be better. And the next time that happens, and I start feeling that way, I swear I'll tell you I need a moment. Promise.
Pinky
I swear
promise?
on the soup.
Pinky. Soup promise.
Soup promise.
Soup
And
promise.
also a pinky promise. Can't break that. All right, that's clad in stone now. All right, we're good.
Let's do this.
All right. Can we just, out of character, can we explain to them that when they start hearing the dissonant wails of a very violent sounding recorder, that's the sound that we're through?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Perfect.
That is going to be where we wrap for the night. Thank you all for joining us here in the woodland. Okay,
Curious what the fact actually was, though.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us what the fact was, just for our own curiosities, but it's not going in.
Oh yeah, it was.
Let's
It was
just go to
fish.
the end.
Don't have any feet.
You can find maps from today's episode on our social medias. Check out Rootless Podcast Official on Instagram. And then welcome to the woodland. Stop by if you could, then. We've got might and right in every little thing that's good, man. Please don't let your heart harshen. If you hearken, I will start with just a little hint of arson. Well, maybe more than just a little hint, because we really love arson. Welcome to the woodland. Stop by if you could, then. We've got might and right in every little thing that's good, man. Please don't let your heart harshen. If you hearken, I will start with just a little hint of arson. Okay, so now I think it would behoove us for you to meet the group. There's 7 of them in total, which is, well, it's quite a bit. Anyways, here they are. We've got a badger that can craft you a fine soup dish, a cat that wanders off, no matter where the group is, a fox without a home, he's constantly in movement, a deer with giant goggles that can barely see through them. Don't forget the otter charming you with music, a red squirrel with a pistol, she's bound to leave you toothless, and finally our rabbit, if there's a mystery she'll sleuth it, and I'll be your GM. So come on y'all, let's do this. Welcome to the woodland. Our vagabonds are rootless. Welcome to the woodland, stop by if you could, then. We've got might and right in every little thing that's good, man. Please don't let your heart harshen. If you hearken, I will start with just a bit of arson. Seriously though, there's gonna be quite a bit of arson in this campaign. I think that really is the theme. Just setting fires to things that probably don't need to be set on fire. Anyways, welcome to the woodland. Hope you guys enjoy. And thanks for listening. We'll see you out there. A teenager avoiding her parents, an elf with an identity crisis, a bird with daddy issues, a college grad trying to get out of debt, and a shark man who keeps losing his weapons walk into a bar. No, this isn't the beginning of a bad joke. This is the Kingdom of Winola, an entirely homebrewed campaign with roleplay-heavy elements and a fun cast of characters to keep you listening. Join the adventurers on a journey taking on magical book thieves, corrupt monarchs, and a terrible plague, all while the threat of kingdom-wide civil war looms over them. Dice will be rolled, jokes will be made, trauma will be experienced. NPCs will be bullied. The Kingdom of Winola, streaming every other Sunday on twitch.tv/the_crow_hero. Links can be found in the description below.